Afternoon, Nkosi Talk Shows family. It's Nomsa here at Nkosi Talk Shows. Find your own voice, lead from within. So I'm on my own. Today is Thursday, guys. Thursday, I'm always on my own these days. So the topic is mastering the art of dating inside the dating for dating tips. So if you guys want to catch up, you can go and watch the part one. This is part two of dating. And so today, get ready to decode the mystery of dating as I'm going to dive into these intriguing topics such as effective communication, body language, building meaningful connection, and discover how to approach potential partners with confidence and charm, leaving them eager for more of you. So if you are that somebody who is thinking of getting into dating and you really don't know what to begin, and you are somebody who is already into dating and you are finding things maybe difficult to find that special person. So if you go to the video one, I covered the understanding yourself, the importance of values, needs, and relationship goals, building confidence and cultivating positive mindset, and preparing dating for success. And so you can go and just catch up with that video and then come back to this one, because otherwise then you can benefit from watching both of them if you are somebody who is actually thinking of getting into dating, or you're getting frustrated into dating. So I covered so many things, because in dating we have to learn how to define our ideal partner. So I covered that: enhancing confidence, creating an appealing online dating profile, dressing for success, work on your communication skills is very, very important, and also preparing for conversation topics. Sometimes the people, they go into dating, what I find with my clients is sometimes they will start telling on the first date, they'll be talking about who pays maintenance if they're divorced, how much they are paying maintenance, and the other person, when they come out, they know everything about the relationship or the breakup or what went on. And to me, that is bruising the date, because when you go on a date, that person, they're not really there to know who pays the maintenance. They will know who pays the maintenance once you go exclusive. For the first day, I think they just want to get to know you. They just want to connect with you. They want to see if there is a connection. They want to see if I can take this person to my family. Will she get along with my family? Or simple, because family don't have to approve a relationship. It's just between the two people. So they just want to see whether you're compatible or you are not compatible, approachable, you are not approachable. Are you a driven person? Do you have goals in life? What are your core values? What are your beliefs? They don't really want to know who pays maintenance on the first date. So that's what people do sometimes when they go on a first date. They start talking about their private life, or who pays maintenance. For me, it's simple. I always tell my clients, or sometimes some they don't listen, that when somebody asks you, why are you single? It's simple. I'm single because I'm searching for the right person. To me, that is the reason. It doesn't mean that, okay, or maybe I'm searching for the right person, not find the one, and or maybe just I'm divorced. Why are you single? I'm divorced. the list, just keep it short, because or maybe don't backstab your ex as well to say, wow, I was married to this or dating this person. You start calling them names. When you start calling somebody names, no matter how much they've wronged you, that is the sign of unfinished business. So I always say to women, run. When a man has unfinished business, when a woman has unfinished business with their ex, you don't need to be part of it, because they need to finish that business, and then you can start dating them. If you get into a situation where somebody is still dealing with the emotions, then that relationship is likely that is, you're not gonna get a chance to get to know the person. So when you enter a relationship, it's got to be a relationship where both parties have finished dealing with their exes, they've finished dealing with their mending their broken heart. Because if the heart is not mended, then both parties are going to get bruised by the past. So that is very, very important. So we covered all that. Make sure that when you go on a date, make sure that you prepare yourself to get to know the person, and you ready to talk about yourself. If you have children, just let them know that, yes, I have these kids, I have children. So when you go on a date with children, if you have children, you are evaluating everything. That, is this person going to fit in with my children? Because you need to date a man that will accept your children, or a woman that will accept your children. So your children come as a package. So those are the things that you need to evaluate when you go and date. If you haven't got children, you evaluate just the part of you and the part of the connection around you. And also, we ended in the part of preparing for the conversation. So it's very, very important to think ahead about potential conversation topics that can keep the conversation flowing, and not like to feel that the conversation, like maybe just to make sure everything goes smoothly, consider your current event. So when you meet a new person, they want to know about you. They want to know the current event, your hobbies, what do you do for fun? They want to know if you have shared interest. They are really, really or intriguing with questions that can help you get to know the other person. So when you really go on a date to make it success, be curious and be really, really genuine. Keep it simple. Be genuine, be interested in the person and what your date has to say. Not coming in a judgmental way. There are some people, like women, like when I talk to women, and they tell me stories how they evaluate guys. They look at the shoes, they look at the clothes, what they are wearing, and it puts them off completely before they even talk to the guy. They look at the hands. Apparently, you have to look at the hands. If the eyes, when they're not attracted to the eyes, they look at so many things. So for me, that is fetish. I call that a fetish, because an attractive woman and an attractive man, it doesn't matter whether they have blue eyes or green eyes. If they're attractive, they're attractive. So come on. And if they are really like good person, we can't take that away from them. So maybe evaluate things, so many things, before we can go to the other small things, like looking at their eyes, if they have blue eyes. Some people will not date people if they don't have the eyes that they desire. So manage your nerves on your first date, and feeling nerves before your date is normal. Try to relax, such as do your deep breathing exercises, pray, to God if you can do it. If you're a Christian, you can understand what I mean by praying, meditating the word of God. And those who are non-Christian, you can meditate in your YouTube videos. There's some YouTube videos that do meditation and calm your nerves. They help you to calm your nerves and remind yourself that it is okay to be yourself, and that both parties are likely to be feeling nerves, and it's okay. So allow yourself to feel the way that you are feeling, and maintain realistic expectation. That is very, very important. While be open-minded, it's equally important to have realistic expectations. Understand that not every date that you go to is going to lead into a long-term relationship. And approach each date as an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to grow. Enjoy that experience. Enjoy every moment without putting undue pressure on yourself or your date. Just try to enjoy it. Imagine we're meeting people, we're meeting new people. Just use that. I'm meeting a new person in my life, and I'm just gonna go out and have fun and I'm gonna stay positive, and know that when you go on a date, the date should be an experience that you can remember, and having fun and staying positive, and communicating you want, and being open to possibilities that this could be my long-term somebody, or simple, even if they are not really your type. Just learn from that experience, learn from meeting a new person, and view it as a stepping stone of finding the right person as well. So by following these steps, it can prepare yourself for dating success, because when you meet different people, you get to learn, you get to reflect, and also remember to be true to yourself. Stay open-minded, enjoy your journey. And how do we navigating the journey of your first date? So how do we navigate that? Rule number one, you have to plan ahead. So planning ahead, it means if you have these guys that keeps you, so there are a few things that men do, and there are a few things that women do, but mostly it's men. If men have really, really nerves, just before on a date, if they speak to you, like let's say today, they speak to you on Sunday, and then you arrange a date for the next Saturday, or they speak to you on a Monday, and you don't know them, they don't know you, they arrange a date with you and say, wow, I'm gonna see you on Saturday, but it's by a Sunday. So if they don't talk to you in the week, don't worry. But by Friday, they will definitely check on you and to see if you're still on a date. Or some men might do it on a Saturday morning if you arrange to go out in the evening, or you've arranged to go out in the afternoon. So you don't have to worry about them not texting. You don't have to worry about if somebody is not texting, or they have not contacted you at all, or they jilt you, they don't turn up on a date. That means they're not meant to be. So you don't have to be wound up on that. But if you do arrange a date maybe 6 days before your date, you got to understand that the other person, the man, when he takes you on a date, his nerves as well, he's got nerves as well, so he has to prepare himself. So if he doesn't text you, so you don't need to worry about, wow, he's not texted, he's not serious. because sometimes there's nothing to talk about. I always say to people, okay, if I arrange to, let's say somebody, if I'm a man and I like you as a woman, and I approach you and say, wow, I like you, I'd like to take you on a first date, and you agree, like, okay, that would be brilliant. And then I'd ask a little bit about yourself, and then you tell me, and I'm like, okay, I'm free Saturday. It's Monday. I'm free Saturday. Would you be free? And the person says, the woman says, yeah, I'm free. Let's go out in the evening. So imagine I'm a man. I'm going on a date Saturday with somebody I've just met, and I've just arranged a date. And to me, talking to that person, approaching them, and them saying yes, it's a big deal for me. So in the whole week, this guy is gonna be thinking about what to say, what to wear. So if he doesn't text you in the week, you don't need to worry. But by Friday, he's going to text you and say, are you still up to go out on tomorrow? So if he doesn't text you on Tuesday, because remember, there is nothing to talk about. We do that with our clients when we send an introduction. Let's say we advise them not to talk too much on the phone before they meet, not to text. Text is completely forbidden. They are only allowed to text when the guy has to make the first move. So the guy, what he does, he will text the woman for the first time and say, my name is this, from Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency. Let me know when you're free to talk. So then the woman is going to reply with the time, because everyone is at work. And once they reply, that person will reply or email or use an email. Once they reply, then they arrange it to chat. Once they chat once, then they can arrange to their date. They're not allowed to talk on the phone, because we live in this world where people are judgmental. Everything we say it gets judged, it gets evaluated by people. So that's why we don't want people to talk too much. But bear in mind, we don't just meet people in United Kingdom. If somebody is based in America and the person is based in United Kingdom, they can do a video chat, arrange the flight, arrange to meet up, depending with where they want it. Then they are allowed to have their chat on video chat, to make arrangements, to get excited to meet that new person. So that part is allowed. So I'm sharing this because there are some girls, when a man doesn't text, they get wind up. Why is he not serious? Is it serious? If he is serious, why hasn't he texted me in the week? And then the advice I always say to people is, imagine somebody is asked you to go out and they are really, really busy. They go to work 9 to 5 and they really don't know you. They've got nerves and they're thinking about what to say, what to talk. They're thinking about what to wear, where to take you for a dinner. Is it a nice place? Are you going to like it? And I'm like, just chill out. The person will text you, and they do text. Like if they go out 2 days before, they will text 2 days before and say, just checking if you're still up for it. Because at the moment, there is really nothing to talk about, rather than to talk about your hobbies and what you like and things like that, like as a friend. But if somebody doesn't text every single day, every minute, don't worry, they're serious. Just because somebody texts you every minute, every second, it does not mean that they're serious. So just go with bring the energy, go enjoy the energy of going on your date by trusting that the person is going to get in touch with you. These are the people that are meeting people on the apps. But if you're meeting somebody on the matchmaking, it's completely different, because the matchmaker does everything. So you know where you stand. When you go on a date, when you get told that you have a date, you get all the details. They can only pull out if they are going away with work, or if somebody dies or anything. But otherwise, the guys and the women that goes through matchmaking, they're really serious. So you don't have to worry about all those things. So make sure that when you plan ahead your date, don't worry about worrying about oh, he's not tested, and is it really serious, because he's not texted because he's got nerves, same as you are. Be punctual, arrive on time, show it shows the respect to the other person. And when you arrive on time, and also it sets a positive tone for the date. But if you are stuck with traffic, you can call them and say, listen, I'm stuck with traffic. In that part, there are some things that we don't have control over, but some things that we have. So aim to arrive a few minutes earlier, to maybe early, to gather yourself and be ready to greet your date warmly and welcome them into your life. Who knows? So that moment is your life. You welcome them into your life at that moment for that 1 hour while you're together. So just enjoy every moment. Be present and engaged when you meet your first date or second date. Be authentic. During the date, make a conscious effort to present yourself and engage, because when we present ourselves, it's like when I go to a meeting for Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency, I'm representing my company. So I want that person to trust, or getting a client to trust that I am going to save them. And so they have to make a decision whether they want to work with me. And also I have to make a decision whether I want to work with them. So the other thing is, when you present yourself, you have to be authentic, because there are some people that think they have this idea of what they should be, and when they enter, the minute they enter a date, they switch to a different character that they think that man is looking for, or they think that a woman is looking for. You don't have to do that. Present yourself with your unapologetic, be authentic, with your mistakes, your failure. If somebody judges you, who cares? You don't need to worry, because if somebody is being authentic when they present themselves, you don't have to like question them, because you're like, I love this person, they are just them. Show genuinely interested in what they have to say. Ask questions, ask follow-up questions, and actively listen to their response. Somebody says, wow, I have two, like, how many children do you have? And they say, I have maybe 4 children. And just ask questions about their children. Wow, how old are they? Not like when the person says, wow, I have 2 children, and then you don't ask follow-up questions. You're like, okay. And then when they tell you that they have 2 children, instead of continuing the conversation, you go ask a different question. If that person says, wow, I have 2 children, or maybe I wasn't married, or maybe I was engaged, or I'm divorced, I have 2 kids, 4 kids, and then you'll be like, wow, how old are they? And then he will tell you the age. They are like this age, this age. If she hasn't got children, or she has the one that is children, he hasn't got children, he will be like, wow. Now she knows the age. And then it should be like, wow, how is it like to actually raise 4 kids maybe on your own? And the other person will reply with a positivity, like, I'm enjoying it, and I am looking forward for somebody else to enter my life so we can enjoy both together. And just keep the conversation going. And once you get to know that person, how about you? do you have any kids? Obviously, on the form of, if you find somebody on the dating app, some people, they already know that they put that they have kids, or some people, they will tell you before they even meet you that I'm a single dad, or I have children, they live with my ex, or I don't have children. So you already know. So when you meet up, there's lots to talk about. So when you actually, for the first time, when you get a conversation, arranging a date, you should just ask simple questions so you can prepare yourself when you meet that person, and just get to know them, and also be yourself. Authenticity, I've mentioned over and over, is the critical component of you being happy in your relationship. Be true to who you are. Let your personality shine. Everyone has a shining personality. Let it out. Avoid trying to impress your date. You are not there to impress them by pretending to be someone you are not. So we are not there to impress anyone. We are there, intimacy, to connect with that person you want to date, to like you for who you truly are as a woman, to like you for truly who you are as a man. So you are not there to pretend to be, you know what, I'm a big person, I'm this. It doesn't matter. So you are just there to make sure that there's a good connection. When it comes to love, there's a connection, you're connecting. So practice good communication is vital on your first date. Communicate and communicate. Very, very important. Be mindful of your tone and body language. Practice being playful. And don't wear the cleavage. Women, cover your clothes, because that man does not deserve yet to see your boobies. So when you go on a date to actually truly pick the right person that cannot be distracted by looking at your boobs and getting attracted to those boobs, just wear covering clothes, because you want that person to focus on getting to know you, and you want them to show you who they truly are, not to actually start speaking in a place where they want to rip your clothes off, and they want to see how it feels to actually touch your boobies and touch everything in your body. So you don't want to do that. When you go on a first date, make sure your clothes, your boobies are covered, and wear nice, beautiful, sexy clothes without showing your boobies. There are clothes that are beautiful out there you can wear, and you don't look like you not to make the person get attracted to you for the wrong reasons. So we want somebody to be attracted to us for the right reasons. But if you feel that, okay, I'm gonna wear this clothes that shows my beautiful boobies, then you're gonna pick the wrong guy, because that wrong guy is gonna think they like you even if they don't. They just want to go and test your boobies, and then 3 months later they tell you that I'm confused. I need to think about this relationship. So you want to really make sure that you pick the right guy, and the right guy select you, and make them keep guessing what's under the clothes. So that is really, really important. But who am I to say you cannot do what you want? So some people that speak my language, they understand. We have gone through challenges in dating. They understand that showing cleavage sometimes is not the solution. Keep the conversation balanced. Strive for balanced conversation where both parties have the chance to contribute. Contribute, he contribute. She contribute, he contribute. Avoid dominating the conversation or talking excessively about yourself. Avoid that. Instead, create a dialogue, talking turns, sharing, and listening. And respect boundaries is the critical component of your relationship being able to succeed. When I'm saying respect boundaries, it means respect is pay attention to cause from your date and mindful of their comfort levels. Topics gentle, steer the conversation in different direction. And enjoying every moment of that date at the same time. Remember, enjoy and the experience, don't put pressure on you. And now the important one is the compatibility. Very, very important. Are we compatible with this person? Because if you are not compatible and dating the wrong person, that can cause disconnection. So reflect on whether you share common values, interest, and goals. Some interest, they are okay to be different than yours, and they help relationship to they get a relationship to be exciting, like Tony Robbins says. When you have different interests, sometimes some interest it means that person can go out and with their friends and enjoy, and then come back and then they tell you about it. Just have a conversation, give something to talk about in a relationship, and trust your instinct, but also keep an open mind, as first impression may not be always accurate. I always say on the first date, it's really, really not 100% to know whether you have a connection with that person or not. Because if you do have a connection with that person, or if you don't, or sometimes it could be nerves, that both people are very nervous and they think that because of the nerves, they think that there's no attraction. So always, if somebody is nice, always double check on a second date. Take them to a second date. And the other one is follow up and express a appreciation. When you go to a matchmaker will do the follow-up for you. You have two options. You do the follow-up, or they'll do the follow-up for you after the date. If you ever had a good time and interested in getting to know the person, express your appreciation. Let them know. Send a thoughtful follow-up message. Thank them for the day. Thank them for this beautiful date. And express your enjoyment and their company. It's very, very important to show somebody that you are very grateful, and this case just shows that your interest and sets the foundation for potential future interaction. But if you met somebody on the app again, if they don't show interest, you text them and say, thank you for the date, and they don't reply, don't worry. It may be that is not meant to be. So if they don't text back, because people do, when you go on a date and sometimes you want to know if they enjoyed it. And mostly these guys that you find on apps, they don't reply because they are dating maybe different people at the same time. So if it does happen to you, don't let it put you off dates. Just keep going. If you go through a matchmaker, you don't get all that rubbish. matchmaker, you pay loads of money. It's not cheap. You pay loads of money, and once you pay money, they do the work for you. They just send you the introduction, and some of them will even book a restaurant for you, so you can just show up and just pay the bill and eat and go home. But with the dating app, sometimes things can be tough. So the only way to keep going is to know that if somebody does not reply to you, is to know that they are not the only one that are searching for you. Your husband or your wife is on his way. You have to believe and trust, because the universe works in so many ways. If we keep desiring our desires, our answers get answers eventually. It might take us time, but I can guarantee you the answers get answered. If you looking for a long-term relationship, you get it in the end, regardless of the tears or you have to go through loads of dating. You can meet somebody. So it's important not to give up on dating. Don't give up in life in general. So if you have the mentality of not giving up on the things that you have started, that will be your habit of not giving up. So you don't need to do all that. You just keep going on the dates and avoid the time wasters. You don't need to go on every date. Avoid the people that are wasting your time. How do you know that somebody is wasting your time? Your instinct will tell you. Sometimes our inner being will tell us. Sometimes we refuse to believe it, but it does tell us. And if you are somebody like me, I'm a Christian, I speak to the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit will tell me if I'm wasting my time or not. So you just have to, inside you know. Or sometimes if you are coming in a fear way, it will be fear. So you don't need to worry every day to make sure that you enjoy it and just have fun and building connection and chemistry. Once you meet your lover and you come to an agreement that, okay, I like you. Like, say you tell the guy tells you, you know what, I like to get to know you more. And you are like, I'm feeling the same. I'm in this. I want to really get to know you. Once the agreement is being met, listen, plans change. Before, I used to say, whatever a man decides, it has to stand. So you have to go into a relationship with open-minded and know that, you know what, I'm in this to get to know this person. I'm not going to think about the negativity. I'm not going to think about this man not being the person that I am looking for, because the fact that you agree to date a person, you cannot just agree to date somebody you've not spoken to them and you don't believe that there could be a good match for you. So we do not date somebody because we want to have fun or anything. We date them because we are compatible. Our values and our beliefs, they align with each other. Our goals align with each other. So once you understand all that, then it is the person that, you know what, let me give this person a chance. If you feel like you are attracted to them and there's chemistry there, but don't say, come on, don't meet somebody today and tomorrow and say, I'm in love with the person. How can you be in love with a person that you don't know? It doesn't happen. There are some people that say, you know what, I am in love with this person with like 2 days going or meeting the person. You cannot fall in love to somebody that you don't know. The reason why I'm saying you cannot fall in love with the thing that you don't know is when you meet somebody, your inner child or the Holy Spirit, whatever, it will tell you that there is a connection here. And when there is a connection here, and then you as a person, you know that this person could be the one, and not I'm in love with them. They could be the one, but I want to introduce them to my world. Because they don't know your world, they've known you for 2 days, they don't know your world yet. How your world looks like, it feels like, how it feels to actually spend all day with you, to enjoy that moment with you. They don't know anything about that. But once you start dating, the promises are made, the connection of true love is built each and every day. It's not something that you meet somebody and then it happens that you meet somebody and you know this person is the one, and this person, I am going to marry them. You know, because something inside of you tells you that this person is the one. That happens. And then you have to work on the connection. Now that there is a guarantee that you know that this person is the one, I feel it, I can feel it in my heart that I found the one. That is, it is real. And then once you have the connection, each and every single day you have that person, everything is linked, physical world and spiritual world. So it is never gonna happen in a one day where you fall in love, you feel like, wow, this person, they make me feel different. Let them make you feel different step by step, without fear. Just go in without fear, introduce them to your world, physically and spiritual world. Let them connect with you. Who knows? If a man is for you, a woman is for you, trust me, within a month, you could marry them and live forever for 50 years ever after. That it does happen. A miracle in life, they do happen. I'm just trying to get rid of everything else, the way people, they want to control everything. When you give surrender to the universe and surrender to God, anything is possible. Within a month or within 2 months or 3 months, you could find the one. And I'm sure there are some people who met their spouse and they got married within 6 months, they got married within 2 months or 1 year. The stories are different. If we can say, let's go and search them in the world, around the world, we'll find them. That then they're still married today, maybe they're 100 or 80 or 70, they've been together for years. You just know, when you meet somebody, you just know this person is the one. But what I'm trying to avoid is when somebody meets somebody and they're like, they forget everything else and they're like, he's definitely the one, she is definitely, I'm in love with her. So the feelings is a distraction. So you want you to focus on enjoying every moment. And if God is connected you with that person, I can guarantee you, anyone that is spent a relationship, maybe getting to know their spouse for a year, but if your relationship is a miracle, you don't need to do anything. You don't even need to try hard to go and show your boobies out or do anything, or as a man to actually try to impress, because both of you will be working so hard to make sure that there is a good connection between the two of you. And God will just link you together and then you just get married if you want to. So you have to look out of those things. If you are somebody who believes in God, truly, truly, I am somebody who believes that God can give us a miracle that we don't deserve, undeserving miracle. I am somebody that believes that God can connect you with somebody and change your life forever. So that's why it's important to keep the positivity and have courage in life, and not just because if you are struggling to find the one, and just say, you know what, I have given up, because God can connect you with anybody anyway. Even at the bus stop, you're passing through the bus stop, somebody can just say, wow, by the way, I need to be in this place. Do you know this place? You're like, oh no, I actually, yeah, maybe I know, or actually I don't live around here. And that conversation is that into something else. So all I'm saying is, when you are single, just be alert everywhere. Just be open to the possibility of meeting your husband or your wife anywhere, any place. You could be in church, the preacher is preaching, and you're like, oh, you're like, amen, hallelujah, and your husband is opposite there, your future husband is sitting opposite there. He's like, she's attractive, huh? And you're like, hallelujah. And God is connection, and he's like, wow, I've never noticed you, but wow, can I take you out? So you never know. So never refuse to go on a date. Never refuse to just put yourself out there. When we say put yourself out there, I don't mean that dating profile only, or going to pay a matchmaker. I'm saying, if you are single, behave like a single person. Everywhere you go, be single, but no desperation. When I'm saying be single, you smile. Your everything, your attitude, your character has to show. When you go on that first date, your character has to show that unapologetic, this is who I am. Take me as I am. Don't go on a date with an attitude of, I'm an independent woman, I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. And when you go on a first date, ladies, no matter how independent you are, if a man offers to pay, please do not argue with a man. The reason why is very, very important not to argue with a man. If that person is your future husband, they might get offended. Man likes to be man. There are some men who may say, pay half. I'll pay half of the bill, you pay half. Then that part of you paying half or he paying half is not my part for me to talk about it, because I'm not going to date that man. You're gonna have to decide do you agree with it? Or do you like men, when you meet them for the first time, you like men to show you that I am the man, and I'm going to pick up this bill, and next time I'm going to let you pick up the bill. So are you willing to do that? Or you just want to tell, because for the first time, if you tell a man that I'm independent, it means that's how the relationship is going to be like, showing them that I am independent, I can do what I want, and I don't need you. I'm with you, but actually I don't need you. There's those attitude that breaks a relationship. Like myself, I have my own company, but my spouse, when I get home, even when we go out, I don't disrespect him or feel that I have to take my card out. If he wants to take his card out as a man, he will do it, and take his card out as a man. Or if we have a joint account, or we can put money in one side, he can just pay. I don't get to carry the card when I'm going out. He just pays. He is a man. So I am the CEO at work. At home, I'm not the CEO. So that's how I treat my relationship, that I manage my company at work, I manage people at work, but at home, I have to be a spouse. I have to behave like a spouse, not a manager, not to control. So the reason why I'm sharing this is not every man wants to share their bills with a woman. We come to this world where there are well-cultured men who have been raised by their parents to say, when you grow up, be a man. Look after your wife. They get trained to look after their wives and their girlfriend, to look after them, open doors, close doors, let your woman get in, open them when they get out. So they have that attitude where they want to be there for you. So for the first time, for me, what I would suggest is, if a man is willing to take the bill and there's a woman who's single out there, don't argue with them. If you like each other, if he says, I'm going to pay for this bill, it means he likes you. Or simply is very grateful that you came out, you took your time, you got dressed and took your time. He is so grateful, and he is putting out there to the universe that, God, although this woman is not for me, but I'm grateful that you've connected me with this person. And I'm ever so grateful that I'm looking after her today, and tomorrow, please bring me a woman that I'm going to connect with, intimacy, or we're gonna have like a connection. So in that way, don't argue with those kind of guys. Let them just go ahead. Like, I'm independent myself. I am educated. I have my own business. I do my own things. But when it comes to relationship, I'm still that woman that let a man be a man. So once you let him pay, if you're going to meet up on a second date, now this is where it comes in, your 10 comes in. If you're going to meet up on a second date, he's paid for the first time. So on a second date, just say, suggest the place and say, you know what, in the place where I live, closer to where I live, or 10 minutes away from where I live, there's this beautiful place that I know. So everything is on me. I'm taking you out. Now you are showing him for the first time, now that second time, that, okay, the dinner is on me. You looked after me last time. I'm taking you out. I'm in charge. As a woman, you're telling him that I'm taking you out. It's 50-50. You made him feel like a man for the first time. And then the second time, you're making him feel like a man by saying, I'm taking you out. You bought me a nice, beautiful meal, and I got to meet you, and we like each other. So today, dinner is on me. And look how beautiful it is. It makes a man feel so important. It makes them feel like they've met their queen. But if you argue, even though people, they end up dating, that's when the relationship, sometimes it doesn't work. Or sometimes they disconnect, because for the first time, there was a disconnection. So if you meet a guy and they offer to pay you the meal, they say, I'm going to take this is on me, the dinner is on me. If you go with a matchmaker, like, it's either, for me, at Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency, I'm the matchmaker for men. My guys take my girls out for the first day. The first time, the dinner is on a guy. The reason why I make that rule that the dinner is on a guy is, a guy has to show a woman that I have been waiting for this day for a very, very long time. And I get to meet you as my woman, or I get to go out with you. And when you do go out with you, like each other on a second date, the girl then has to arrange to meet hacking somewhere else, or simply there might not be a spark. Yes, okay, because we want to find the right woman. I am behind that person, that man, I am behind that woman. I want both parties to be happy, to look after each other. So that is very, very, very important to keep the tradition. But if you meet the guy that says, I need you to pay half, you then will have to decide. NOMSA does not get involved, because with me, with matchmaking, Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency, it doesn't happen. But on the apps, it does. So if you meet the guy that pays, say, pay half for you, Hannah, you're gonna have to decide whether is it the right thing or not. Do you like them? Do you want to continue seeing them? You have to decide on your own. I cannot give you advice on that one, because I don't know why they want you to pay half, or you might have argued with them. So what I suggest is women don't argue with the guy. If they want to pay, let them pay, because your time will come for you to actually pay, spoil that man. So it's very, very important to just go with the flow when you go on a date. Who pays for the dinner? Or if a woman says, you know what, honey, for the first time, and say, I'm taking this, I'm going to pay this for us today, and we're going to meet on a second date. Guy, don't argue again, because there's some women out there who have worked really, really hard, and they don't really care. All they care about is to meet somebody that is going to accept them for who they are, and they want to enjoy that beautiful life. They have worked so hard with that person. So if you meet a woman and they say, you know what, I'm gonna take this bill today, and we're gonna meet again, just don't argue either. Both of you don't argue. Just say, okay, wow, okay, just leave it. There must be a story behind it. Maybe God has put them in that path to actually, for that person to guide you through life. You don't know. So we cannot argue with a miracle. So we cannot, a miracle is something that we don't argue with. So there are women who are rich. Maybe the guy is not rich. So the woman meets you and they agree to come on a date with you. They're like, yeah, sure, I like you. Why not? And they suggest an expensive restaurant, and you are like, I can't afford that restaurant, but I'm gonna go. We're gonna pay half. And the woman surprises you and say, actually, I am paying this bill today. Just say, okay, thank you. It's a miracle, it's a blessing. You don't even feel ashamed. Just show the gratitude. Don't be ashamed of feeling guilty. Show the gratitude. Give that person a hug. You are allowed to give them a hug. And to say, you know what? If we are going to meet again, I'm ever so grateful for this day. And just accept the miracle. We don't argue. I go against people that argue with the miracle. When God puts you in a path where it's a blessing, I accept the blessing. I don't argue with the God's blessings. So it's important when you go on a date to make sure that you do the same and don't argue with your miracle. Ask open-ended questions. I said it before. Share your personal stories. Find common ground. Identify, share interest. I mentioned that before. Body language. Sometimes the other person might be feeling nerves. Don't worry about it. It takes time to build and connect a relationship, and overcoming challenges, and recognize red flags as well in a relationship is very, very, very important when you're navigating into dating. Trust your gut. Even if the guy pays for the bill, still trust your gut. Even if the woman pays, still trust your gut. Even if the man says, let's pay half, or woman says, pay half. Women, I argue not to argue with men, because a man feels like a man when he is being led to be a man. Reflect on your needs, red flags early on, communicate openly, seek clarity if needed, set and maintain boundaries, reflect on patterns, consider professional help if is needed, prioritize self-care, and evaluate your relationship. And then the other one is nurturing healthy relationship. Once you agree to date that person, now you need to nurture that relationship. Show appreciation every single day. Don't give up showing up looking beautiful. Looking beautiful, it doesn't mean that you have to show the men your body or anything on early stages. A man has to earn his right to touch your boobies, guys. They've got to earn it. You know what? For the first time, when you meet somebody, they need to earn it. Don't just say, you know what, I'm gonna wear this is open dress. I used to do that, but then I will attract the wrong guys. Let the guy in the relationship. And guys, let women in the relationship. Just because you are a rich man, it does not mean that you have to show off your money and let her enter your life and take advantage of you and leave you broke. And women as well, just because you're wealth, don't let men, or whatever, you're beautiful, don't let a man enter your life and take advantage of you. Both parties have to earn it. Or by earning it, don't play too hard to get. That does not work. Trust me, I don't have time with men that are playing too hard to get. I am 45 years old. All I want is a simple, playful, attractive, inside man who knows exactly what they want. If you're gonna let me play hard to get connecting with you, that is fear. So when I'm saying don't let them enter and take advantage of you, don't actually expose, don't lure women based on money. Don't let a woman get attracted to you because of money. Let them get attracted to you because of your inner connection with them. If you are somebody who spend like like maybe $100 wine or $100 champagne when you go out, maybe carry to $50. Buy a bottle for $50 maybe, or even $20, and just let them fall in love with you. If you have a Lamborghini, drive a different car. Just they know you're wealthy already. Drive a different car for one day and see how it goes. Or if you have a Lamborghini, that's your identity anyway. So make sure that they fall in love with you, not with your property, because that it ends in divorce, and most of the time somebody's left with nothing. I don't want that. So we teach that at Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency. When somebody enters a relationship, we teach them to connect with somebody based on their inner connection and based on their authentic, take me as I am. Not to actually show off. If you are somebody who loves luxury life, make sure that when you work with a matchmaker, they look out for you. Already tell you, gold diggers, when a gold digger enters Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency, I can tell that this person just wants money. So I don't take those girls who want money, because I work with wealthy men. So I take people that are humbled, who are tired of being single, who are just looking for somebody who's going to love them for who they are. not for what they have. So make sure that when you date somebody, they love you for who you are as a person and not for what you have. That's very, very important. And support each other. Be there for your spouse. Forgive. Practice forgiveness. Nobody is perfect. Show affection and continue to grow together and embrace self-care. Understand the importance of self-care in dating and relationship. Cultivate self-love, self-compassion. Prioritize the personal growth and self-improvement. Dating is the digital age. And so it's very, very important to understand that. Enjoy the process. So I'm hoping by the time you finish this video, you have mastered the art of armed with the knowledge of the inside of dating. And the journey is exciting. If you are somebody and also approach the date with open heart, positive mindset, a commitment to honor yourself and the uniqueness of being individual, you will encounter. So for me, I just say happy dating and happy authenticity, happy boundaries, happy values, happy principles, and all those things. They are so beautiful in a relationship. Happy forgiveness. And have a beautiful day, guys. So when you go on a date, if you're struggling going on dates, or if you are somebody who's in a relationship and you're struggling, you want some tips, you can follow me on my social media and message me. I'm there to answer you. And if you want to find love, please go to www.hseia.com. My website is all my social media, and register. Once you register, somebody will actually make a call. The first thing we do is make a call with you, and then Zoom, and then in person, and then ID verified everything, and then you get into our books and you become part of the family, and we find you that love that you're looking for. And that is the process. Before we take your credit card, we have to meet you in person, and then you decide. You decide whether you want to work with us, and we decide before we want to work with you, because it takes membership. If a membership is 6 months, in that membership, for me, I'm a matchmaker that would like to match my people, match people, and then they don't come back. So those are the things. I'm a matchmaker for men. So I want to make sure that my guys have the relationship that they come for. So live with grace, everyone. If you want coaching, find your own voice, let form within. The coaching is there as well. And don't worry about the website. My website, it does not look good, but there is another website that is being built behind the scenes. That one, somebody let me down. I thought he was building a professional website, but I don't like it. And so you don't need to worry about it. Be like, wow, Nomsa's website is confusing, so don't worry about it. Just register. Let me have your application form. And what matters is the service. God bless and live with grace.